Okay, that was actually kind of fun. I agree, actually. I enjoyed this one quite a bit. For me, it was kinda silly looking, but it wasn't terrible.
So, when it comes to the plot of this movie, it's kind of similar to what we saw in Godzilla vs. Kong from 2001, where Godzilla was rampaging, making him a big time threat. So, they need help from King Kong to stop him. So, they captured him from his island, and they try their hardest to get him and Godzilla to fight each other.
Yeah, but the difference between this film and Godzilla vs. Kong, King Kong didn't really have much screen time in this film compared to how much Kong had in Godzilla vs. Kong. There was no Hollow Earth, no Mechagodzilla, no girl who can speak to Kong using sign language, etc., etc. So, yeah, there's that. And also, there's no CGI. Well, at least not much of it. So for that reason, we instead have actors wearing King Kong and Godzilla costumes. Yeah, that too. And also a little bit of stop motion. Then again, this movie was made back in the 60s. So whether it be the fact that CGI didn't exist back then, or if they didn't know how to properly use it. But either way, this was how they handled monster movies back then. Yeah, and sure, at times it can look a little bit weird in some movies, but when you think about it though, it's also kind of interesting. Anyways, when it comes to this film's main characters, I can barely remember any of them, to be honest. In fact, I can hardly even remember their names. Yeah, I mean, I don't know if that will be easier if we watch the Japanese version, because we watched the English version, which is free to watch on YouTube, by the way. But, I don't know. I haven't really watched a lot of Japanese movies. Well, first time for everything. The characters in this movie that I could remember are those two guys who went to that island to find Kong. Yeah, and I think out of all the human characters, they had the more interesting role in the film, but I still don't remember their names. Yeah, but nonetheless, rest in peace to most of the cast and crew of this film, if not all of them. But now, let's get on with the main highlight of the film, Godzilla. And King Kong, I guess. I'll be honest, Godzilla was the best part of this film. King Kong, however, I'm just very disappointed with how they handled the character in this film. Yeah, like, when it comes to this version of Kong, apparently, whenever you play specific music, he sleeps, which is weird. And electricity apparently gives him strength. Since when is that a thing? Yeah, and also, King Kong's design looks awful. Like, Godzilla's design I like, but King Kong here looks ugly. To be fair, though, the company who made Godzilla, Toho, they didn't have the full rights to King Kong, so I'm guessing they were trying to make him more different and look more different.
Well, I guess that explains a lot, doesn't it? Because this version of King Kong, this is not the King Kong that I know and love. Because this version of King Kong is a coward. At least, for the most part.
Yeah, I can see why you would think that. Because in his first fight with Godzilla, the only thing he ever did was just throw rocks at him, and then all of a sudden he just walks away. Like, this is not the King Kong that I know. The King Kong that I know would never just walk away from a fight like that. Hey, at least we got a final battle between the two that was a little bit better. And surprisingly, King Kong won the fight.
I wanted Godzilla to win.
Also, in the scene where King Kong was tied up to a raft that was attached to a boat, when the humans on that boat were trying to kill Kong using dynamite, I thought King Kong was gonna, attack the boat or something. But no, he didn't. And they also didn't explain how King Kong made it to land to where Godzilla currently was. And how did he even find him? Who knows? But overall, I would say the movie was pretty good. Godzilla was for sure the best part of the movie. The human characters were likable, but at the same time, kind of forgettable. And the special effects were pretty good for a 1960s movie. Yeah, sure, some of the green screen effects could use some more work, and there were some things that look a bit too obvious that they are toys and not the real things, like the tanks and that woman that Kong was holding in his hand in some shots in that one scene. But otherwise, the movie was good. Anyways, I think that'll be it for the review. I'm gonna rate this movie a 6.8 out of 10. And now, let's find out what movie we're gonna review next. The next movie we'll be reviewing is Ghost Rider. Let's hope it's good.
Oh, I guarantee it will be.
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, please leave a like. But if you like this channel, please subscribe. See you next time.